Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is Tuesday, January. It does not feel like January outside, I know that. No, it is July. What's the date? You would think I'd be prepared. It is Tuesday, July 23rd. Okay, so I wanted to come on here because I wound up switching the new project I'm going to stitch, and I wanted to just kind of go through the process and show you what I'm doing. But first, let's talk about books. So I received a book in the mail yesterday, Lorith Ann White's The Maid's Diary. I've had this in my Amazon cart for a really long time, and it went on sale. So adding that to the to be read pile. And then I have been reading this one, the last one by Will Dean, where the woman wakes up and she is on the cruise ship by herself. It has gotten very interesting. You can see I am more than halfway through. I'm on page 306. So I probably have another 100 or so pages to go. The chapters are short, which I really like, because you just want to keep reading one more, right? It's a nail biter. It is definitely a nail biter, and you want to find out what's going to happen. I'll be really curious how this ends. Yeah, so highly recommend if you like that kind of book. I figure I might be able to finish it tonight, maybe? I don't know. But okay, my project. So when I filmed yesterday's video and I got off camera, I was like, I've been feeling like I wanted to stitch something a little bit different, you know, than just the normal stuff. But then I remembered talking to Linda Bazarski at the retreat, who is a wonderful woman. She is a fantastic stitcher. She stitched a lot of Carolyn Manning Designs on smaller count fabric, and she had them on the brag table. Stunning. We know how awesome Carolyn Manning Designs are. I really enjoyed stitching the chameleon one that I did. And there's something about them that is very soothing to stitch. First of all, the symmetry of it ticks off all the boxes for me. I like things nice and neat. But, and I would stitch whatever just touched another piece. The pattern was really easy to follow. It was an enjoyable experience all the way around. So I was like, you know what, let me go on her site, because I hadn't been on there in quite a while, and see what was what. She was having a Christmas in July sale. I bought 4 patterns and got them for $18. So I thought that was really pretty good. So let me show you the one I'm going to stitch. But first I wanted to show you, so in helping with my back when I'm stitching, especially at a retreat, I wanted to get a tablet stand. Many people at the retreat had them. And so I was looking around and I did some perusing on Amazon and got one in today. So I got this one. The base is really heavy, so it's not going to tip over. And then this can bend forward. And you can put it, I know I need to clean that screen, don't I? You can put it either way. You can have it this way or this way. So when I go in September to Ocean City, I'm going to take this with me because I am probably still going to be working on this pattern then. But I wanted to show you what I am working on. I use Markup XP for PDF patterns. I also have GoodNotes. Now, I had gotten Markup XP when it first came out, and I feel like I was grandfathered into like the lifetime subscription. I don't know if I have that right. I don't pay anything more for it. Like I paid something and then that's it. But I wanted to show you. Okay, so this is called Strawberry Jam. This piece is so amazing. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? Absolutely love it so very much. Now, she stitched this on a pink Ada, I think. And I thought about painting the perforated paper pink before I started stitching, but I was like, now I'm just gonna go with it. And there is a border, if you see it. I started in this top left corner with that red square. I'm gonna stitch the border last because I'll just be able to follow along the outside. I love this so very much. And it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's only 12 colors. So that's the piece I started yesterday. And I wanted to show you, so I'm going to show you like a piece of the pattern. So this is how, what I really like about Markup XP is you can enlarge it. So this is the square that I stitched yesterday, and then you can highlight it. It's fantastic. So next I will probably stitch probably the 7, that symbol. I'll do this and this. Now, why I really like stitching those type of patterns when I'm at a retreat is because most of the time you are chatting, and you are chatting constantly. I need something easy I can either outline and fill in, or something like that I don't have to be counting a whole ton. And even at home when I'm stitching and I sit down, it's very relaxing to my brain to stitch a Carolyn Manning design. So here is the little tiny bit I got done yesterday. This is the piece of paper that I had to cut. This is a 9x9. The piece is 8x8 on 18 count. You can see tiny start in the top left corner. Now, you will, because this is white paper, you will be able to see a teeny tiny bit of the paper behind it. I think when I put white cardstock behind it, once I'm done, I think that will hide that a little bit. I have another piece that I have a few pieces actually that I've stitched on 18 count. I only use 1 strand of DMC. So what I do though to start, because remember there's nothing to anchor this, right, when I started it, I do a waist knot. A waist knot is actually from needlepoint, where you tie a knot in the end of your thread. You put it through on the front, so then the knot is resting. I did it over here, like right before where I was going to start the corner. Then you count over a couple stitches and you make sure that that is going to be covered by stitches. So when I stitched this first row and I came back, I was then able to cut the knot and this thread is anchored. And then, so I'm not putting stress on the paper by running my needle on the back to end a thread. I'm ending my threads on the front. There's going to be stitches on here, and as soon as I get down to here and cover all of that, I'll be able to snip that thread and the thread is anchored behind it. Definitely those two things come from needlepoint, and I've used them in needlepoint when I've done counted canvas work. Now, what I also do is I will put washi tape around the outside of paper, if I remember, because it also prevents your thread from catching on the open edges. And it gives me something sort of to hold on to. And I have a ton of washi tape. But yeah, I think this is going to look, that's a teeny tiny start, right? But it's going to look magnificent. And when stitching on perforated paper, because it's white, I always wash my hands beforehand because this could get marked up even though it's going to be solidly stitched. So I will show you the floss. I have the floss. This is a holder that I purchased from Modern Hoopla on her website. I actually contacted her. She had one for regular DMC bobbins, and I asked her to make one for the Pip and Chip ones, and she did. So I just love having them all lined up numerically. You can only fit 12 in here, which was perfect. Modern Hoopla, Hoopla, and then I have my needle there. Now, one thing that I forgot to show you guys was Sandra's mom made all of us needle books, and this is the one I picked. And it's fabulous because I have, when I stitch on paper, I do not put a needle minder on the paper because it tends to weigh it down. So I will usually have something like this with my needle minder on it. So when I am ending a thread or doing something, I'll put the needle here until I thread my next needle. And then because this is the color I was working on, I just had this in here, you know, ready to go. So easy peasy. And then I've been using these little baby scissors. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. They are the, I forget what they're called, but they are really, really cute and really small, and they come in all different colors. And I had bought them, I want to say from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. See how the end fits over, and it's like silicone. Very, very cool and very inexpensive. So yesterday when I was getting all of this ready, I said to myself, I need another tablet, because if I have my pattern on my iPad, how am I going to watch my shows? And I didn't want to watch my shows on my phone, although I would have done that, right? So I'm sitting here and I actually went on Amazon and I'm looking at Kindle Fires and I'm like, I cannot spend any more money right now. I can't buy another tablet. And so I'm sitting and I was like, Eureka. I bought Bill a Samsung Galaxy tablet for Christmas years ago, and he never uses it. When I went looking for it, it was under a whole pile of stuff. He never uses it. So I messaged him and I said, do you mind if I use your tablet to watch my shows on while I stitch? And he's like, you don't have to ask, just go get it. I'm like, no, I do have to ask. It's yours. I would not do that. And when he came home, he was like, yeah, take it. He's like, I never even use it. So what I wound up doing, because it's like a really nice, has a really nice case and all that. So I wound up factory resetting it because it was under, you know, it had Bill's Google account and all that. And so I then, first of all, it was dead as a doornail. Had to charge it to 10% to even factory reset it. So I did that yesterday. Got my Google stuff on there. Got all my apps on there. I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. Now, when I go to, you know, retreats, I don't have to worry about that because I'm not watching anything while I'm stitching. I'm talking. I will just be taking this wonderful thing. But I even have this on my side table. I'm going to keep this on here, and then I'm going to have Bill's tablet on my table. So I'm set up now. I'm set up. He likes to call me Inspector Gadget, which is pretty funny. But it's true, right? Like, we all have our gadgets that we like. And I try not to be too tight and rigid with that, but there are things that I like that make the stitching enjoyable. Because let's face it, even though I go to 4 retreats a year, I am home most of the time stitching. That's where I stitch most of the time. So, I mean, lots of gadgets. You think I'm going to have, when I pack my bag, which taking the backpack, I took a Vera Bradley backpack to New Jersey with all my stitching stuff. Brilliant, because I was able to put it on my back. I didn't have to worry about fumbling with the bag. So doing that going forward for sure. But I'm going to be taking my lamp, my power bank, both tablets, the stand. It's a ton of stuff when you really stop and think about it. But necessary, because I will be there for 3 full days stitching. Yeah. Okay. So that's all I have. I just wanted to come on here and show you guys the new project. And hopefully the next time I do a video, which I don't know, it might not be until Sunday. Hopefully I'll have more progress to show you guys. So I hope you're all having a good start to the week. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.